Hello, I am Monica Nagele, and I am a registered dietitian with Purdue Extension. I am the Health and Human Science educator in Montgomery County. Any food can be a culprit of foodborne illness at a picnic, but I would caution you to watch out for what we call potentially hazardous foods, or TCS food, which stands for time and temperature control for safety. These are foods that need to be kept cold or warm to keep them safe. So think foods like meat, eggs, seafood, freshly cut produce would all be potentially hazardous foods that we need to keep under refrigeration, and they would cause a higher risk of foodborne illness at a picnic. To stay safe at a picnic, wash your hands, use utensils to serve food, cook food to the proper temperature, keep raw and cooked food separate, and then make sure you're storing everything to maintain proper temperature. So when it comes to safe or low-risk picnic foods, I would recommend staying away from cooked foods. So anything that's maybe prepackaged, like a bag of potato chips or pretzels or something. Baked goods would also be safe, so cookies or brownies. Make sure there's no cream fillings to those baked goods. Those would be a risk. And then you could stick with some fresh fruit, such as grapes or apples or something that have been washed. It's important to make sure they have been washed before you've eaten them to be safe. And then fresh veggies like veggie sticks, like a carrot or celery. But the dips could be dangerous, so stick with just the veggies and stay away from the dips because those could be a high risk option. And then for drinks, water is always a safe bet. And especially on these hot summer days, that water can help keep you hydrated as well. It is safe to serve a mayonnaise-based salad at a picnic, but you do need to make sure you're able to keep it cold. So keep it in a cooler where you can keep it less than 40 degrees. So use ice or ice packs in order to do that. Another way you could do it is use small single-serve dishes where you can keep some of those dishes in the cooler and only set out something for a small period of time. If you're unable to do that, though, we say 2 hours is the limit. Keep food out for 2 hours and then throw it away. The hotter it gets outside, though, the sooner you're going to have to be worried about that food. I do want to add here, though, that our temperatures are not the only thing we're concerned about at a picnic. We're also concerned about bugs, especially flies. And so flies can carry Shigella, and they can land on our pasta salads and things like that and can cause some danger. So don't only keep them cool, but keep them covered. In order to keep meat safe at a picnic, it's important to keep it cool. Again, use a cooler or ice packs or something in order to keep it under that 40 degrees. That is necessary, like it would be in a refrigerator, but obviously we can't do that at a picnic. Next, you should wash your hands before and after handling that raw meat in order to make sure no bacteria is getting from one thing to the next. And then after we have it safely pattied or however we're preparing that meat, we would stick it on the grill, and we have certain proper minimum internal temperatures that should be met. And so for something like a whole piece of meat, like a steak, we're looking to get to 145 degrees. Ground meat, so like a hamburger, is 155 degrees. And then all poultry products, whether it's a ground poultry patty or a chicken breast, that needs to be cooked to 165 degrees. After we've cooked it properly, typically you'll take it off the grill and put it on a plate. Make sure we've used a fresh, clean plate instead of the one that had the raw meat on it. And then finally, again, don't leave anything out for more than 2 hours in order to make sure it stays safe, and keep it covered and then refrigerate or keep warm to serve. So there are actually 40 different types of biological contaminants that can cause a foodborne illness. And there's varying symptoms, but there's a few main ones, and that's diarrhea, vomiting, stomach cramps, headache, fever, those sorts of things. They have an onset of about 30 minutes to 2 hours, and they last just about as long, for 30 minutes or 2 hours. But if you find that they are staying around a longer period of time, you should seek medical attention. So you can tell if food has gone bad by looking at it, but you're typically only going to be able to tell if there's a fungal-related foodborne illness there, such as mold. And let's hope no one is bringing moldy food to a picnic. So any other type of bacterial contaminant you will not be able to see. And so it's best if you aren't sure how it's been prepared, it's not covered, you don't know how long it's been out, I just wouldn't eat it because there is no way to really be able to look at that and tell.